will bear that burden for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, right, they're liars, right? وَلَيَحْمِلَنَّ أَثْقَالًا وَأَثْقَالًا مَعَ أَثْقَالِهِمْ وَلَيُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ عَمَّا كَانُوا يَفْتَرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yeah, this person, he's going to bear the burden of his own sins. The people that went to others, they're going to not only bear the burden of their own sins, but the consequences of their actions as well. And people are going to bear their own sins, the burden of their own sins, and the sins are also going to be multiplied of the people that try to divert others. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, the hadith we all talk about, it's a two-part hadith, right? The first part of the hadith is that whoever guides to goodness, he will have the reward whoever acts upon it after him. Right? We stop here usually. Hadith continues. Whoever guides to evil will also have the sin of those that act upon it after him as well. So we need, as Prophet ﷺ used to make dua, he used to say, oh Allah, make us keys to goodness and make us locks towards evil. And this is a very important good dua to make. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all sources of good and allow us to be sources that prevent evil from occurring and spreading. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned the story of Nuh alayhi salam, the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and the story of Lut alayhi salam. And inshallah we'll go through these stories. But you see that the fundamental thing that we want to derive from these stories is that everything is based on Iman. Our relationships are based on Iman. A person's success is based on Iman. A person's destruction is based on lack of Iman. So you see what happens in all these stories, inshallah. We got one of the brothers who has not. Yeah. Forgot your name, sorry. What's your name again?
He sent Noah out to his people. He stayed among them for 50 years, short of 1,000. But when the flood overwhelmed them, there were still little people. He saved them and those with him on the ark. We made this a sign for all people. We also sent Abraham. He sent to his people, serve God and be mindful of him. That is better for you. If only you knew. What you worship instead of God are mere idols. What you invent is nothing but falsehood. Those who serve instead of God have no power to give you provisions, so seek no provisions from God. So seek provisions from God. Serve Him and give Him thanks. You will all be returned to Him. If you say this is a lie, be warned that other communities before you said the same. The messenger's only duty is to give clear warning. Do they not see that God brings life into being and reproduces it? Truly this is easy for God. Say, travel throughout the earth and see how He brings life into being. And He will bring the next life into being. God has power over all things. He punishes whoever He will and shows mercy to whoever He will. You will all be returned to Him. You cannot escape Him on earth or in the heavens. You will have no one to protect or help you besides God. Those who deny God's revelation and their union with Him have no hope of receiving my grace, and they will have grievous torment. The only answer Abraham gave to people was, kill him or burn him, but God saved him from the fire. There truly are signs in this for people who believe. Abraham said to him, you have chosen idols instead of God, but your love for Him will only last for the present life. On the day of resurrection, you will disown and reject one another. Hell will be your home, and no one will help you. Luke believed him and said, I will flee to my Lord. He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. He gave Ishaq and Yaqub to Ibrahim and placed comfort and scripture among his offspring. We gave him his rewards in the world, and in the life to come, he will be among the righteous.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here, He starts off the story of Nuh alayhi salam, and this is where we know 1,000 years, step 50, that he called his people to the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 950 years. And we know in Surah Hud, it mentioned, وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. In spite of him calling people to 950 years, only a few people believed in him. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to Ibrahim alayhi salam, how he talks to them and tells them to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that gives life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that brings things into existence, and everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has power over all things. So instead of thinking and saying that, look, none of our idols can do these things, None of our idols can provide for us. None of our idols can help us. None of our idols can benefit us. Right? They took a very arrogant approach and a very defensive approach, and they said, kill him or burn him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He protected him and He saved him. And then Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said something which is very profound. He said, all of these things, like some of you, the reason that you're not rejecting these idols today is because mawaddatan baynikum, because of the love that you have for each other. But on the day of judgment, this love is going to turn into hatred. يَكْفُرُ بَعْضُكُمْ بِبَعْضٍ وَيَلْعَنُ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضٍ. You're gonna disbelieve in each other, and you're gonna curse each other, and you're gonna send la'na on each other. Why? Because that love is not based on love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's based on false premise, and it's based on a false foundation, and that foundation is going to crumble on the day of judgment. So, the true love is that which is based on iman and brotherhood of iman and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even in friendships, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Zukhruf, He said, Al-Akhillah. Al-Akhillah is Jamu Khalil, is the plural of Khalil. Khalil is like the closest, intimate friends that you share all of your secrets with. Al-Akhillah yawma'idhin ba'dum li ba'din adu illa al-muttaqin. That on the day of judgment, the closest of friends are going to turn enemies to each other, except for the people of taqwa. Their friendship will remain in this world and in the hereafter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all true friends, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala base our relationships on taqwa. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that if you reject, right, then, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the people rejected, but Lut alayhi salam, he believed in Ibrahim alayhi salam. And Ibrahim alayhi salam said, I'm going to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm going to flee to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the Almighty, All-Wise. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He replaced, right, whatever his people, Ibrahim alayhi salam's people, with Ishaq and Yaqub, and He gave him izzah in this dunya, and in the akhirah, he'll be among the righteous as well. Now inshallah we're going to talk about the story of Lut alayhi salam. And look, with all the things that are happening, I know the whole Supreme Court ruling and stuff like that, if you want to know what Islam says about these type of things, read the story. We talked about many different surahs, but here again, it's very, very clear. It doesn't need a lot of interpretation of what the Islamic ruling on these type of things are. If someone could read from sisters, verse 28.
He said to his people, you practice outrageous acts that no people before you have ever committed. How can you lust after men, waylay travelers, and commit evil in your gatherings? The only answer his people gave us was, bring God's punishment down on us, if what you say is true. So he prayed, my Lord, help me against these people who spread corruption. When our messengers brought the good news of the birth of a son to Ibrahim alayhi salam, they told him, we are about to destroy the people of that town. They are wrongdoers. Ibrahim alayhi salam said, but Lut alayhi salam lives there. They answered, we know who lives there better than you do. We shall save him and his household, except for his wife. She will be one of those who stay behind. When our messengers came to Lut alayhi salam, he was troubled and distressed on their account. They said, have no fear or grief. We shall certainly save you and your household, except for your wife. She will be one of those who stay behind, and we shall bring down a punishment from heaven on the people of this town, because they violate God's order. We left some of the town there as a clear sign for those who use their reason.
A couple of things here is that the first people to do this type of action were the people of Lut alayhi salam. مَا سَبَقَكُمْ بِهَا مِنْ أَحَدٍ مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. That no one in mankind has preceded you from doing this action, right? You're the first one to do this. One thing is that you left after men, وَتَقْطَعُونَ السَّبِيلَ وَتَأْتُونَ فِي نَادِيكُمُ الْمُنْكَرَ. تَقْطَعُونَ السَّبِيل is that it got so bad in that time that even if people were trying to walk on the paths, they were engaging in these type of actions. And they would have clubs and stadiums Nadi is actually a stadium. وَتَأْتُونَ فِي نَادِيكُمُ الْمُنْكَرُ. And you do these type of things in your big stadiums. So this is not only a disgusting type of actions, but it became so evil that it became public, right? And this is like Nuh alayhi salam. They said, okay, he's trying to purify us. Send him out, right? We don't want any of his purification or these type of things. So they said, when he went and he told them that, look, this is not right. How can you do these things? What did they say? Bring God's punishment down on us if what you say is true. Not if we're doing something wrong, may Allah guide us. But they asked for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's punishment. So before the angels came to them, they went to Ibrahim alayhi salam and they gave him good news that he's going to have a son. And this is mentioned, we talked about Surah Hud and Surah Hijr. But then Ibrahim alayhi salam said, قَالَ إِنَّ فِيهَا لُوطًا. He said, Lut alayhi salam's there. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and the angel said, قَالُوا نَحْنُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنْ فِيهَا. We know better than you who's there. Right? We're going to protect, we're going to save Lut alayhi salam and his family, except for his wife. She's going to remain behind. And then when the angels came, Lut alayhi salam, he was very distressed, but the angels gave him comfort and said, don't worry, we're not going to leave you and your family, except for your wife, she's going to remain behind. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He destroyed this town, but He said, we left some of the town there as a clear sign for those who use their reason. And here, the Dead Sea, Sodom and Gomorrah, these are all things we can still see and we learn from the lessons. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of our children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to see truth as truth and give us the ability to follow it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to see falsehood as falsehood and give us the ability to stay away from it. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks a little bit about the people of Madian. Then Shu'aib alayhi salam, people of Madian. But Qarun, Fir'aun, Haman, how they were given signs. Right? When they rejected the signs, they were punished. So there's a correlation. Don't reject the signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. I want to draw this, inshallah. Go in the back. No, Raza was next to you. On the green shirt.
To the people of Midian, He sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, my people serve God and think ahead to the last day. Do not commit evil and spread corruption in the land. They rejected Him, so the earthquake overtook them. When morning came, they were lying dead in their homes. Remember the tribes of Ad and Samud. Their history is made clear to you by what is left of their dwelling places. Shaitan made their foul deeds seem alluring to them, barred them from the right way, though they were capable of seeing. Remember Qarun and Pharaoh and Haman. Moses brought them clear signs, but they behaved arrogantly on earth. They could not escape us, and we punished each one of them for their sins. Some we struck with a violent storm. Some were overcome by a sudden blast. Some we made the earth swallow, and some we drowned. It was not God who wronged them, they wronged themselves. Those who take protectors other than God can be compared to spiders building themselves houses. The spiders is the frailest of all houses, if only they could understand. God knows what things they call upon beside Him. He is the mighty, the wise. Such are the comparisons we draw for people, though only the wise can grasp them. God has created the heavens and earth for a true purpose. There truly is a sign in this for those who believe.
Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, here in this set of ayat, very clear, very self-explanatory, that message came. Messengers came with a message. People rejected the message and they were destroyed. They have no one to blame. Allah was not unjust to them, but they wronged themselves. One thing that's mentioned here is the Ankabut, right? This Ankabut means spider. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that those that associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's like they're seeking protection in the web of a spider. And the frailest place to seek protection is a spider's web. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it's not going to protect them at all. And these are the examples that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives so that people may know and people may understand. Alright, this is the end of the 20th juz, but we'll finish the surah inshallah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next set of ayat, He tells the Prophet ﷺ what to do, to recite the Quran to them, and how some of them, ask for punishment before reward. And now you'll see some things in regards to the hijrah, and you'll see some things in regards to the rizq sent down by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sisters, inshallah.
Prophet ﷺ, recite what has been revealed to you of the scripture, keep up the prayer. Prayer restrains that wishes and an unacceptable behavior. Remembering God is greater. God knows everything you are doing. Believers argue only in the best way with the people of the book, except with those of them who act unjustly. Say, we believe in what was revealed to us and what was revealed to you. Our God and your God is the same, is one and the same. We are devoted to Him. This is the way we sent the scripture to you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those to whom we have already given the scripture believe in the Quran, and so do some of these people. No one refuses to acknowledge our revelations but the defiant. You never recited any scripture before we revealed this one to you. You never wrote one down with your hand. If you had done so, those who followed falsehood might have had cause to doubt. But no, this Quran is a revelation that is clear to the hearts of those endowed with knowledge. No one refuses to acknowledge our revelations but the believers. They say, why have no miracles been sent to him by his Lord? Say, miracles lie in God's hands. I am simply here to warn you plainly. They do not think it is enough that we have sent down to you the scriptures that is recited to them. There is a mercy in this and a lesson for believing people. Say, God is a sufficient witness between me and you. He knows what is in the heavens and the earth. Those who believe in false deities and deny God will be the losers. They challenge you to hasten the punishment. They would already have received the punishment if God had not set a time for it, and indeed it will come to them suddenly and catch them unawares. They challenge you to hasten the punishment. How will encompass all those who deny the truth on the day when punishment overwhelms them from above and from below their very feet. They will be told, now taste the punishment for what you used to do.
In this part, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, recite the book and tell the people to establish a salah, because inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar, because prayer is what restrains a person from immorality and from evil actions, right? So if we see that our prayer is not restraining us from doing things which are haram, then there's a problem in our prayer. Our prayer needs to make us better people, right? Either there's a problem in our wudu, the way that we're praying, right? If we don't have khushu', so we need to improve the quality of our prayer if our prayer is not having the effect, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. So keep praying and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow your prayer to be a means or a barrier between you and committing haram. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that, when you argue with the people of the book, right, do it in the best way, right? And if people cross the limits, then there are ways to take care of that as well. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we have the same God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the God of everyone that exists, right? If they say that, do we believe in this? No. Our God and your God and the God of everyone is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe, right? What does it say? Do we believe in what was revealed to us, and we believe in what was revealed to them before they changed anything. So we do believe that there were things sent down to them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down revelations, but we also believe that they changed it. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't used to write, right? He didn't used to read, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is why the Quran is a miracle. They asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to send down signs. وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْهِ آيَاتٌ مِّن رَبِّهِ قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْآيَاتُ عِندَ اللَّهِ وَإِنَّمَا أَنَا نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. Ayat come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Miracles come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a warner. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, isn't it enough that this book has come down to you, the Quran, and it's a challenge for all of you? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said they hasten the punishment, right? They ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the punishment, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He set the time for the punishment, right? Out of His mercy. If He had wanted subhanahu wa ta'ala, He could have punished them right away. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set the time for the punishment, and then He says, the punishment, how's the punishment going to be? It's going to come on people suddenly. And then it's going to come from below their feet, from above, from below their feet. And they will be told, ذُوقُوا مَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Now taste, this is what you were asking for. Right? This is what you were asking for, now taste it. The next set of ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will talk about the hijrah and rizq, because one of the biggest obstacles that they had in order to make hijrah was, how are we going to provide for ourselves in Medina? If we go to Medina, we're leaving our homeland, we're leaving everything that we know. Who's going to take care of us? What's going to happen over there? The unknown. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of it. Alright, who's going to finish it off for us? Khalid Johnson?
My believing servants, my earth is vast, so worship me and me alone. Every soul will taste death, then it is to us that you will be returned. We shall lodge those who believed and did good deeds, in lofty dwellings in the garden, raising flowing streams, there to remain. How excellent is the reward of those who labor, those who are steadfast, and those who put their trust in their Lord. How many are the creatures who do not store their sustenance? God sustains them in you. He alone is the all-hearing and all-knowing. If you ask the disbelievers who created the heavens and the earth and who harness the sun and moon, they are sure to say God. Then why do they turn away from Him? It is God who gives abundantly to whichever of His servants He will, and sparingly to whichever He will. He has full knowledge of everything. If you ask them who sends water down from the sky and gives life with it to the earth after it has died, they are sure to say God. Say, praise belongs to God. Truly, most of them do not use the reason. This present life is merely an amusement with a diversion. The true life is in the hereafter. If only they knew. Whenever they go on board a ship, they call on God and dedicate their faith to Him alone. But once He has delivered them safely back to land, see how they ascribe partners to Him. Let them show their ingratitude for what we have given them. Let them take their enjoyment. Soon they will know. Can they not see that we have made them a secure sanctuary, though all around them people are snatched away? Then how can they believe in what is false and deny God's blessings? Who could be more wicked than a person who invents lies about God or denies the truth when it comes to Him? Is hell not the home for the disbelievers? But we shall be sure to guide our ways, those who strive hard for our cause. God is with those who do good.
Alright, Jazakumullah khair. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, Ya ibadiya alladhina amanu inna ardi wasi'atun fa iyaya fa'budun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's land is very, very vast, so worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And then, if you're worried about death, everyone's going to die. And the return is going to be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not about where you die, it's about how you die. Right? Do you die in a state of iman, or do you die in a state of kufr? Right? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about some of the rewards of the people that have iman. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, how many? وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن دَابَةٍ لَا تَحْمِلُ رِزْقَهَا اللَّهُ يَرْزُقُهَا وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. There are many, many creatures that they don't store their rizq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides their rizq as they need it, and they're able to find it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does everything. Then He says, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَ مَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ فَسَخَّرَ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ فَأَنَّى يُؤْفَكُونَ. If you ask them who created the heavens and the earth, right, who has control over the sun and the moon, they'll say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why don't they worship Him? How do they turn away from Him? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again talks about rizq, how He provides the rizq. And then He subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that who sends down the rain? Who causes the earth to come back to life after it has died? This is all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. If they say, they're asked, who sends down the rain? Who causes the earth to come back to life? They will say, Allah. قُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. Say Alhamdulillah. بَلْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. But most of them don't realize it. Most of them can never take that step. If Allah does all of these things, then He subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one that deserves to be worshipped. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the reality of this world, that it is distraction, it is amusement. Right? It's a playful place, but the true life is the life of the hereafter, so never sacrifice your akhirah for the sake of this dunya. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, and we mentioned this many times, that people have different times that when they go on the ship, they're in adversity, they call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He returns them to the land, and then they forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلِيَتَمَتَّعُوا فَسَوْفَ يَعْلَمُونَ. Let them enjoy. Right? Let them enjoy, but what's going to happen? They're going to know the truth, right? Even Mecca, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, out of Mecca, you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved Mecca, but the towns around them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people are accepting Islam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He honored the people of Mecca, and then He allowed them to submit to the Prophet ﷺ during the conquest of Mecca, and then there was not a big battle that took place and things like that. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that last ayah, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. That those who strive to do good, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide them. So you need to make effort. If you make effort, you can't just sit there and be like, oh Allah guide me, I don't want to do anything. Right? No, you need to strive. You need to start trying to pray. You need to stop doing haram. When you start on this path, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitate it for you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with those that do good. Alhamdulillah, we finished this question. Okay. If as a group leader you decide to support a cause, okay, let's say iftar expense, and impose it on others in the group to give X amount of money from each person, and a member in that group isn't able to pay that amount, however, they come up with a way to pay like on credit cards. Does this stress and heaviness on the one who is struggling for money is sin in any way or lessen the reward of helping? Look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He never expects anything from anyone beyond their capability. لِيُنْفِقْ ذُو سَعَةٍ مِنْ سَعَةِهِ وَمَنْ قُدِرَ عَلَيْهِ رِزْقُهُ فَلْيُنْفِقْ مِمَّا آتَاهُ اللَّهُ. Let the people that have a lot spend from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed on them. Let the ones whose risk is constricted give whatever they have. So it's not right for anybody to impose anything on anybody else, even if they have good intentions. Right? And no one expects, right? No one expects, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't expect someone to put themselves in undue hardship, such as taking loans and interest on these credit cards, even to support a good cause. Okay? So, you have to have the courage and to be able to say that, look, I'll give whatever I can, but I can't give this amount. And no one will, if anybody looks down upon that, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. The Prophet ﷺ said, اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَلَوْ بِشِقِّ تَمْرَةٍ. He said, اتَّقُوا النَّارَ وَلَوْ بِشِقِّ تَمْرَةٍ. The Prophet ﷺ said, have taqwa, protect yourselves from the fire even if it's half a date. Did he ever look down and say, seriously, nobody can give a whole date? No, you should give a whole date. No, he didn't say that. Okay, so whenever these type of things happen, right, first to the leaders themselves, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't put burden on people that they can't bear. Understand people's conditions and circumstances. And to the people, never think that if you can't give the whole amount, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't accept from you. The Prophet said there's a hadith, or kama qal, that sadaqa dirham alf, right? Something like to the effect of that one coin surpassed thousands. Why? Because if there's a millionaire, right, and he brings 1,000 coins, it doesn't affect him. But if a person has 2 coins and he gives one of them, this is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never look down upon any type of sadaqah, any type of things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of the scholars is saying, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى. Whoever does atom's weight of good shall see it. So they said like the people of the past, even if they might not have had any money, right? Even if they have an onion to give, to try to help somebody, to save somebody else from getting and purchasing onion, they would do that because they wanted that. They knew how many particles, atoms are all in that just one onion. That will all be counted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right, so never look down upon anything that people do, and never expect anybody, never challenge or push anybody beyond their capability. All right, inshallah, alhamdulillah, we finished Surah Al-Ankabut as well. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He made this beneficial for all of us. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He adds it to our scale of good deeds. I probably will not see most of you until at the end of Ramadan. So I'd like to say Eid Mubarak to each and every one of you and your families. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of you and your families. And just if you benefited, alhamdulillah, please make dua for me and my family. Wallahi, if it wasn't for first the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the support of my family, I would not be able to do this. Right? Because think about it, just from a personal perspective, you know, I'm here, and even in the community and things like that, and my position is very different because like the other mashayikh, they teach in the day. So in the evening, they can spend time with their family and their kids. Mine is opposite. When my kids are at school, I have time, free time. But when kids are home, I'm here. So please, right now, alhamdulillah, they're very cooperative, very supportive. Make dua Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps them that way, and understanding, and pray for them as well, inshallah. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He takes work from all of us, and He accepts from all of us, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefit all of us, and accept from all of us. And also, if there's any shortcoming, please forgive me. I know this is some of this is very challenging, but inshallah ta'ala, hopefully everybody benefited. And just a reminder that our first lesson back, inshallah, will be on July 20th, the Monday after Eid, July 20th, inshallah, and then we'll do the last 10 juz, and inshallah, then we will take a break, and we'll start our classes again, the fall classes, after the summer, inshallah. Timings will be the same, right? 10:30? Inshallah ta'ala. It'll be here. Everything will be at Ogden, inshallah.